Hi, welcome to What's Happening. Here are the top 10 stories. At number 1, terrorists have taken responsibility for the surveillance helicopter crash in Niger State. The Nigerian Air Force M11721 helicopter engaged in a critical casualty evacuation mission crashed near Chukuba village, prompting investigations into the incident's cause. However, a disturbing 2-minute and 17-second video released by the terrorists on Tuesday asserts that they used an AK-47 rifle to bring down the helicopter, casting a stark and unsettling spotlight on the security situation. At number 2, suspended governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Godwin Emefiele, is set to face legal action alongside his associates for their alleged involvement in a staggering 6.9 billion procurement fraud. The arraignment is scheduled at the Federal Capital Territory High Court in Maitama, Abuja, raising crucial questions about financial integrity at the highest level. The charges stem from grave accusations of corrupt benefits granted to Emefiele's close associates, including a CBN employee, Sa'adatu Yaro, and her company, April System Investment Limited. If found guilty of the charge of corrupt enrichment, Emefiele could face a harsh sentence of up to 5 years imprisonment without the option of a fine, which is according to Section 19 of the Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Act 2000. At number 3, President Bola Tinubu has stepped forward with an assurance promising that the federal government will work to keep the current pump price of petrol stable. He emphasized that his commitment will be upheld without backtracking on the subsidy removal policy. The president also said the threat by the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) to shut down the economy over a rumored plan to further increase fuel price was premature. He called upon all stakeholders to maintain calm, highlighting the importance of dialogue and collaboration. At number 4, the House of Representatives has proposed that the funding of the student loan scheme from federal government revenue be increased to 3% to ensure sufficient funds to cater for all qualified students. Tesia Ugbo, chairman of the ad hoc committee on student loan fund and access to higher education, said this while addressing the Federal Ministry of Education and the Implementation Committee on Tuesday. Ugbo expressed displeasure with the slow implementation of the student loan scheme, which he said could cushion the effects of fuel subsidy removal, and asked the implementers to ensure there was fairness in distribution. At number 5, the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TET Fund, has sounded the alarm, revealing that the recent monetary policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria is casting a dark cloud over the payment of foreign scholarship tuitions and stipends. Speaking at a vital stakeholders engagement in Abuja, TET Fund Executive Secretary Sonny Echono unveiled the sad situation. Echono shared that the allocation of funds is barely sufficient to cover programs under TET Fund's tertiary scholarship for academic staff. As a result, the fund is grappling with a tough decision: the potential suspension of foreign scholarship and the contemplation of an increase in local scholarship support. At number 6, a coalition of civil society organizations have decried the hardship faced by Nigerians over the government's decisions to remove fuel subsidy. The group at the press conference in Abuja have particularly demanded the sack of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited (NNPCL) Group Managing Director, Engineer Meli Kyari, over his alleged failure to curtail the abuse of the fuel subsidy regime. The group comprised Empowerment for Unemployed Youth Initiative, Public Accountability Situation Room, Guidance of Democracy and Development Initiative, and Independent Public Service Accountability Watch. At number 7, at least 11 people have died in an explosion which rocked the small town of San Cristobal in the Dominican Republic on Monday. Officials said they have identified the remains of 10 adults and a 4-month-old baby. They warn there are more corpses likely to be found, and it's yet to be known what caused the blast in the town's commercial area. The explosion ripped through the town on the southwestern outskirts of the capital, Santo Domingo. At number 8, the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, NESG, Laoye Jayola, has predicted that there will be a stronger economic growth in 2023 as firms' new order, output growth rates, and inventory activities increase. Jayola said this at the 3rd edition of the mid-year review of the 2023 economic outlook on Tuesday in Lagos. According to him, the private sector performance is notably responding favorably to the current policy posture of the new government. Jayola, however, predicted that initial policy shocks might increase inflationary pressure and worsen the cost of living crisis if not properly managed. At number 9, Morgan Stanley Investment Management, an affiliate of the global investment banking giant, has pulled no punches in blaming former President Muhammadu Buhari for the escalating economic woes of Africa's largest economy. In a recent report titled Tales from the Emerging World, Nigerian's New Dawn, the company laments Buhari's inaction in removing fuel subsidies and imposing foreign currency controls. According to analysts, these decisions have taken a toll on the private sector, stifling growth and exacerbating the already dire levels of extreme poverty. The consequence, President Bola Tinubu inherits an alarming population of 71 million people living on less than $1.9 a day. The report underscores the sad reality of the economic situation, revealing how far the country has fallen from 2016, when 61 million Nigerians were living under the same conditions. At number 10, England's Lioness beats Women's World Cup host Australia 3-1 in the semi-finals on Wednesday to advance to the last stage of the tournament. England will face Spain in the finals after beating Sweden 2-1 on Tuesday. The final is set to be played on Sunday, August 20th. Thank you for joining us on What's Happening. Stay in the loop and catch us next time for more updates that matter.